I am Dr. Ken Bailey, and privileged to be with you again, in this case continuing our series of 5 half-hour lectures on the subject of leadership in the New Testament. In the first lecture, we looked at Jesus as a servant, and now we want to look more at Jesus as a servant and move on and focus primarily on our servanthood and the patterns set for it in the New Testament. One place in which we get kind of noticing almost from a side view of where Paul is talking about servanthood, and it comes in a peculiar place, and this is in 1 Corinthians 16 when he's winding down his book, and he talks about the visit of people from Corinth to him. He's in Ephesus where he's doing his writing. And here you have the text on the screen. There are 6 lines. Now, brethren, you know that the house of Stephanas were the first converts in Achaia, and they have devoted themselves to the service of the saints. I urge you to be subject to such people, such men, and to every fellow worker and laborer. There's a key in the Greek language here, which doesn't come across in English translation. Paul says to his readers, they have devoted themselves, and the word is tasso, to the service of the saints. I want you to hupotasso, to be subject to such people. Now, to be subject to us kind of sounds like a sergeant who's cracking the whip on the new recruits. But Paul is talking about lining up behind the servants. Here are the people who visited him from the house of Stephanas. And he says they have devoted themselves to the service of the saints, tasso. I want you to hupotasso, to stand behind them and help them in what they're already doing. So leadership, as Paul sees it, is not a matter of who has the power, who gets to divide the pie, who gets to control the organization, who gets the larger salary. It's a matter of who surrenders themselves in service to the saints. Find those people. Look for the St. Francis. Look for the Mother Teresa and help them. That's what Christian leadership in the New Testament is really all about.